Hey y'all, I'm back with another super easy recipe. We're going to be making raw vegan collard wraps and I use a little walnut meat for the filler. So since this is a raw recipe, we just let our walnuts soak in water for about 2 hours, and while they were soaking, I just prepared my other ingredients that I plan to use inside of my wrap. Alright, so I'm going to start off with one whole avocado and you're just going to simply scoop that out. And I'm gonna use my favorite seasoning, which is a vegetable seasoning. If you guys see my past videos, you know I use this for everything because it contains literally everything. Garlic powder, salt, paprika, all that good stuff. So I'm just mashing it up with my hands. You can definitely use a spoon or whisk, whatever you want to do, but it doesn't matter to me as long as it's mashed. Next, I'm going in with some fresh lime juice, and I used a half of a lime for this. Definitely got to have that lime. I added a little bit more salt. Once your walnuts are done, you can throw them in the food processor and give them a rough chop, or you can just put them in a bowl and chop them up yourself using some type of tool. I use like a meat chopper for this, and it was so easy. For the seasonings, I just use Tabitha Brown seasoning. She has a taco blend, which is salt free. And I absolutely love, love, love this blend. You can totally control the salt that you want in there. So I just added a little bit to my mixture with a whole packet of her seasoning. Once again, it's Tabitha Brown's taco blend seasoning, salt free. Now we're going to be using collard greens for the wrap. So when you're in the store shopping for these ingredients, make sure you find the biggest collard green that you can because it's going to make it so much easier to wrap. At least that's what I thought because I'm not even going to lie, this wrapping part almost stressed me out and y'all about to see why in a few minutes. You want to make sure you cut out that thick stem from the middle so that way you can combine the other wraps and it's going to give you a nice flat surface for when you're about to start rolling. Next, we're just going to take our avocado mash that we made with the vegetable seasoning and the lime juice. And I'm just going to lay that down first and spread it all around my wrap. And by the way, I combined two collard wraps for this just for easier rolling and to make it a little bit more thicker because these collard greens are pretty thin. So feel free to double them up if you need to. And I just used about half of the avocado mix and I'm going to save the rest for another wrap. Next, I'm going in with some chopped tomatoes. So you just want to dice these up really fine. I'm using a half of a tomato and I'm also going to add in some purple cabbage, some microgreens. See, these are so beautiful. I love adding microgreens to just about anything, salads, wraps, like you have to add those. Next, I'm going in with some shredded carrots and some shredded purple cabbage. And I'm just gonna layer it up, not adding too much because we still are gonna add that walnut meat. Next, you wanna go in with your tomatoes, and I also have some red onion. Now we're gonna go in with our walnut mixture. This looks so good already. Like, and feel free to give it a taste because, like I said, this is raw, so make sure it has enough seasoning to your liking before it goes in that wrap. And I added about probably just a half a cup of the walnuts to this wrap. Next, I'm going in with some cilantro. Feel free to just toss that in or chop it up if you like. Okay, now for the stressful part. Rolling this freaking wrap was like so hard. Y'all wouldn't believe how many times I had to undo this, redo it, because it just was not sticking together. And I'm a presentation person, so it was just not giving the presentation that I wanted it to give. I don't know if it's because the wraps were uneven. I don't know, but eventually I got it to work, okay? And this is the best I could do with it. I'm just thinking like, well, as long as it tastes good, I really don't care. And as long as I get a nice little video of it getting cut open, that's cool. But yes, y'all, the wrapping part definitely takes a lot of patience. Maybe I'll try to use a different type of green next time, like Swiss chard or something. But you know, this worked for the time being. Once we roll it all up, I just cut it in half and it was beautiful. Look at that. Look at all of the ingredients that we put in there. And like I said, this is completely raw. You don't have to heat this up. You can make this in advance, take it to lunch. It's just something really, really light and also super filling. I love the fact that the walnuts contain that extra protein that we need. So even if you aren't eating meat or anything, you just want something light, this is perfect for you. All right, and I'm just using the remaining ingredients to make another wrap. And I also wanted to just practice my wrapping skills because, like I said, I took so many takes on trying to make this wrap perfect. It was just driving me crazy. So I actually made like two or three of these, and yeah, each time they were getting better. But like I said, I think next time I would totally use Swiss chard or maybe a different type of green. I'm still trying to figure that out. If y'all got any ideas, let me know in the comments, or let me know if you tried to use collard um wraps to make this before. Either way, it was so good, and I would totally eat this every day. Like I said, this is perfect for meal prep. This is perfect for that light lunch that you need. No sauce needed, nothing extra. I mean, everything good is on the inside. So let me know what you think about this recipe, okay?